I have a theory based on neuroscience and my own personal lived experience with money, poverty, living off of $10 an hour, homelessness, etc. That one of the reasons why, like, nature based therapy, which is hilarious because it's just like a fancy way of saying this is how, like, I was gonna say rich people. I don't think it's a rich people. This is how, I don't know what group of people, therapists, have labeled going outside as like a practice and a thing. But anyways, um, why it's actually so healing for the brain. Most of, and if you've been following my page for a minute, you've been getting the gist of this. Most of, like, what happens in the brain and how we make decisions and process new information very much has to do with sensory input from our environment. And what happens is that our brain is a prediction making machine. And if and we make predictions based off of our lived experience, based off the past. And if we only have the past to pull from, it makes it incredibly difficult for the brain to generate a new future, for you to behave in a way where a new future can exist. It's why we get stuck in patterns. It's why we get stuck in the past and in old habits so easily, because our brain literally thinks that, like, the future will be the same as the past. And so if you've had a fucked up past, it doesn't really help you. You're like, I don't want to keep living in this fucked up reality because, like, my past sucked. And something I talk about on my page and to people who, I work with, is that the best way to break out of survival mode is you need new information in your brain. You need new information in your brain. Now, you can't just sit down and say, okay, brain, listen up. We're going to have a new reality. Like, it doesn't work that way. You have to speak the brain's language. And the way to speak the brain's language is through a couple different things, like exercise, uh, interactions with other humans. But sensory input is one of those things. And I don't know what the science behind nature in general is. It's just nature. It's just like God created it. So, like, it must be good for us. But it has multiple sensory inputs: visual, smell, touch, taste, hear, like, all at once. I think about, just go outside on a hot, humid summer day. Like, you can hear the bugs, you can see the leaves, you can feel the moisture in the air, you can smell I can smell humidity. Like, do you ever, like, anyways, I was gonna go on a tangent, but the point of this story is that if you've had bad experiences in the past, especially bad experiences with money's a huge one. You will not change your financial circumstances, your emotional circumstances, your social circumstances, any circumstance, your health circumstances, if you do not get new information in about that category. So if you want to change your financial life, your financial reality, you need to get new information in about finances. You need to hear stories of people doing different things with their money. You need to see people making different decisions with their money. Money's a hard one because it's so, like, amorphous. It's, like, vague. It's, like, kind of hidden. But if you know that you want to change your reality with money, intentionally seek out new podcasts, new behaviors, like new interactions, new people, new inputs as much as possible, because this is what breaks you out of that survival mode. This is what gives your brain that new input, and it lays a foundation for your brain to be able to project a different future than your lived past and your lived reality.